Hello, hello. What's going on? Travis here, Forged Strong. About to do a presentation here. I got a good 15 minutes. And I'm a little fired up to do this. This is why I'm doing this video right now. I just got off the phone having a conversation with another guy. Yet another guy that is struggling with his nutrition. So I wanted to do a quick presentation on how to fix your fuel. What's up, Tony? What's up, Cody? Happy to have you guys watching live. Cool. So, let's dig into the nitty-gritty here. Fix your fuel. What's that mean? I refer to nutrition as fuel, right? Fuel. What you need to give your body to fuel it for XYZ, right? Okay? And what I'm going to go over here real quick is basically what I've been doing to help men, busy men, husbands, fathers, entrepreneurs. Most of them are in their 30s, 40s, some are in their 50s. What I'm doing to help them get rid of the gut, increase their energy, build strength, build their fitness, basically get clear on what it is they need to do nutrition-wise, all without having them go on some bullshit strict diet, take a bunch of freaking supplements, do all that bull crap, right? What I'm going to go through here is how you fix your fuel for the long haul so you can have long-term sustainable results. This isn't about getting six-pack abs in 21 days or 6 weeks for that matter. It's about long-term sustainable results. Once you get the results, you'll be able to maintain those results for the long term, all right? And so a lot of you that are tuned in, you guys know who I am. But for those of you that are watching live right now or watching the replay who don't know who the hell I am, I'm Travis. I own the Forged Athlete Gym. I run many online programs, the main one being the Forged Warrior. And in a sense, what I do is I help build men into badasses, right? And by badass, I mean a man that's strong, energized, confident, clear in the mind on what it is he wants to do, right? He's not confused. He's not overwhelmed. He's not stressed the hell out trying to figure out what it is he needs to do as far as training and nutrition goes, right? I've been doing this for 10 plus years. I've had this gym almost the same amount of time. I've worked with thousands of different men online, in person, a lot of different types of people, busy people, people that can make fitness their lifestyle. I've worked with people that are just beginners, people that are more advanced, dialing things in. Either way, that's not important. What is important is I know what I'm talking about. I've worked with the best of the best in regards to nutrition, not only to dial my own stuff in, but also continue to gain the knowledge of what actually works with nutrition. Because I've had the same struggles in the past. I've tried the old Atkins diet. I've tried going 100% paleo. I've tried intermittent fasting. All that stuff, it works in a sense when you put everything together and you follow a specific framework, right? And so let's talk about fixing your fuel here. Number one, where we need to focus in on here, clean eating, dieting. Reason I have this as number one is because this is one of the most common responses I get from somebody when I first start talking to them about their nutrition. So I go, okay, man, so nutrition is your biggest barrier. Tell me about your nutrition. The typical response is, it's pretty good. I'm really starting to clean things up. I'm starting to cut the carbs, right? I'm going low carb because people still tend to think carbs are the fucking enemy because mainstream media has painted it to be that way. But I typically see I'm clean eating or I'm going on some specific diet. So like the keto diet or, something like that, right? The Whole30. I just had a conversation, what is today? Tuesday, on Sunday with a gentleman who had been trying the Whole30, right? Went well the first time, 30-day challenge was up, gained all the weight back, he did it again. It's just not sustainable, right? And so the biggest mistake when you come to clean eating and you try to restrict yourself to a diet, it's not for the long term, okay? It's not for the long term. Clean eating, Like, what does clean eating mean specifically? Most people, when they think clean eating, think it's got to be 100% zero, right? That's not fucking sustainable. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. I don't care how disciplined you are. I mean, some people are fucking robots. I'm not a robot, but some people can be 100% zero. Great for them. But for the masses, for the 99.9% of everybody else, which is probably more than likely you, 100% zero is not going to work for you. So why try to restrict yourself and try to go on some clean eating plan or a specific diet? It's just going to restrict you, right? What you need to start thinking about is long term. Long term. What's sustainable? 80-20? 90-10. This is what I like to say right here. Okay? Don't try to do the 100-0 bull crap. Like the Whole30. The Whole30, the reason I don't like the Whole30, there's pros and cons, obviously. Pros, it gets you eating very, very healthy food. Just like the paleo diet. Like I was eating the paleo diet, I was as clean as possible. No alcohol, no sugar, no processed carbs, none of that stuff. I was 100% paleo. But yet I didn't get the results that I wanted. And I talked to a lot of people who go on the Whole30. Gets them in the right frame of mind of eating quality food, right? High quality food, but it's not sustainable, right? So instead, focus in on 80-20, quality. But here's the thing, quality is not the number one determining factor whether you're going to lose fat, shred fat, you're going to drop the weight for good, build muscle, whatever. Quality is not the number one thing. It's actually number two. And I'll go into further detail on actually what's number one, right? But the next thing I'm going to go through, so hopefully you understand clean eating. And if you're watching live, go ahead, feel free, comment in. Let me know your thoughts, comments, questions, right? Get rid of the word diet. Forget about clean eating. Just keep it 80-20, 90-10. Dial in on the quality that way. If you're way off, if you're eating shit foods, a lot of processed foods, clean it up, right? Clean it up, but it doesn't have to be 100-0. It's never going to be 100-0, right? So that's problem number one, okay? Hopefully we solved that. Forget about the clean eating, okay? Problem number two. I'm still having a lot of guys that I talk to so concerned with the timing of the nutrition. Travis, I'm intermittent fasting. I'm not losing the weight. Okay, intermittent fasting, right? It's a protocol. It's a timing protocol. You basically skip breakfast, right? You do a 16-8 fast. You don't eat for 16 hours, you eat for 8 hours. Well, guess what? You still have to eat food during that 8 hours, right? Just because you're fasting doesn't mean you're going to get ripped and shredded. Doesn't mean that you're going to get to the results that you want just because you're intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is nothing more than a timing protocol, right? When you use it within the framework that I'm going to discuss here in a second, then it works, but it doesn't mean it's for everybody, right? Other things, timing your carbohydrates. So carb backloading, I'll put that in here too. I'm a huge fan of carb backloading, but does that mean that you're going to get shredded and lean and lose all this weight and have these amazing results just because you're eating all your carbs at the end of the day? Absolutely not. That does not mean you're going to get results just because you're doing that. It's a timing protocol. It can be used for benefits, but it doesn't mean that you're going to get the results that you want. The other one, what's the old, got to eat every 3 to 4 hours, right? Just keep the metabolism sparked up, right? That one's still a huge one. I think it's actually like 2 to 3 hours, okay? And who in their right mind that isn't busy has the time to actually sit down, have a full-fledged meal every 2 to 3 hours? I know I don't. And so that's an issue right there. That's going to cause failure. If you're in that mindset, like you have to eat every 2 to 3 hours, and if you don't, your muscles are going to start wasting away, and you're just going to lose all your hard gains, you're screwed because you're not eating every 2 to 3 hours. Forget that myth. It's not a myth, right? Timing. So timing, again, to fix this problem, I want you to think of timing as nothing more as a protocol to make things more efficient. All right? It's not a fix. It's just something that can enhance your overall fuel. Okay? I'll just say enhancement. Enhancement. So yes, if you're having trouble with carbohydrates, if you overeat on carbohydrates, start the day off, carb backload. Eat all your carbs at the end of the day. Again, that doesn't mean that it's going to fix it though. Same thing with intermittent fasting. Like if you're super busy in the morning, you're somebody that needs to get to work first thing in the morning, and sitting down and having a meal, it kind of disrupts that time. Like I intermittent fast on certain days, right? I'll use this protocol to my benefit, but I don't use it every single day. I use it when it fits, right? So basically, skip breakfast, have some coffee, drink water like you should be, get shit done, stay focused, and then eat accordingly the rest of the day, right? But again, just because you're intermittent fasting doesn't mean that you're going to automatically get results, right? So stop thinking that timing is all that important in the grand scheme of things. Just because you're intermittent fasting, carb backloading, whatever else, doesn't mean you're going to get results. Instead, understand it's a protocol. It's there to enhance your overall fuel. But timing, I talked about quality. Quality is number 2 on the totem pole, okay? In importance, okay, quality is right here. Timing is actually right here. Supplements, I'll put on the bottom of the totem pole. And I'll just say now, I'm not even going to talk about supplements other than this. It's at the bottom of the totem pole, man. In regards to importance. Like supplements don't do shit unless you have everything else in check, right? So quality is number 2. Timing is actually number 3. Problem number 3. Had a long discussion with the gentleman the other day. It got into a little bit of a heated battle, but he tried to tell me that quantity doesn't matter. And I'll tell you right now, I'll share with you experience firsthand. Go back to 2011, I was full-fledged paleo. Full-fledged paleo. This gentleman tried to tell me quality was what mattered more. Quantity didn't matter. You can eat whatever you wanted. Well, I proved that wrong, sir. I've discovered that. Quantity. Didn't pay any attention to it in my earlier years. Back to 2011, competing in CrossFit regionals, all this stuff. I'm full-fledged paleo. To the T. Nothing outside of the paleo realm. Here I am. I get myself fatter. I'm fatter. First time in my life I've ever been called fat by my wife. I remember it. I was cooking a steak, sitting there with my shirt off, cooking my grass-fed steak in butter. And I used to have steak like every night of the week back then when I was full-fledged paleo. And my wife's like, honey, you're looking a little chunky. I was like, chunky? What do you mean? Like, you're just looking thick. Are you trying to get bigger? And I'm like, no, I'm actually trying to lean out. I thought maybe I was leaning out because I'm doing this paleo thing. And turns out, I kind of opened my eyes a little bit. And yes, I was indeed getting a little chunky, a little thick. And it's because I was not focusing at all on the quantity. I was eating as much as I wanted. Because I was paleo. I could eat as much as I wanted. It's healthy food. Didn't matter, right? And so I had this conversation the other evening with this gentleman who said, counting macros, counting your calories, that's for the birds. That's bullshit. Don't waste your time with that stuff. Quantity doesn't matter. Okay? Well, I'm sorry to tell you, it's fucking science, man. Calories in, calories out, breakdown of macros. That's just how it works. That's how it works. So don't try to tell me quantity doesn't matter, okay? Cows in, cows out, right? A little phone call there. But cows in, cows out, quantity. To tell you here, to break it to you like this. Quantity is the number one thing determining everything. Quantity is the number one thing to focus in on. When you have your quantity in check, you have it dialed in, calories in, calories out. You have your macros in check in accordance to your goal, in your specific state of health, meaning everything's working fine. Your metabolism is fired up. Your hormones are in check. Everything's working properly inside. You fuel yourself in accordance to your goal. When you have that dialed in, you basically have the magic blueprint in your fucking hands to build muscle, to lose fat, increase energy, increase performance, whatever it may be. You fuel your body in accordance to your goal. It's that simple. When you have quantity in check, all this other stuff, when you dial it in as well, it fucking puts your fuel on supercharged mode, basically. That's what we call being dialed in inside of the Forged Warrior Project. People that I work with one-to-one with their fuel. That's what I call being dialed in. We get this in check first. Quantity. Once we get the quantity down, then we focus in on the quality, right? Then timing becomes important, but only when you have this stuff down, right? Most guys are starting down here and working where their way up. They ask me, Travis, what's the supplement to burn fat? What's the supplement to build muscle? What's the supplement? Actually, what they should say is, what's the supplement I can take that covers up my shitty nutrition? Because that's basically what they're asking. And that's my reply is, dude, let's fix your fuel first. Save your money. Okay, that's another excuse I get is eating healthy is too expensive. Well, how much are you spending on your freaking supplements a month? Put that into healthier food, right? So this, my friend, this is how to fix your fuel, all right? Stop with the clean eating, thinking things have to be 100-0. Quality is important, but it's about balance, give or take. Every single week, I have about 3 to 4 meals that have some really nasty stuff in it. Cheesecake every single week. Sweet potato fries that are just fried. They're fried food. Burgers, pizza. I have it, whatever. And I don't stress. I keep it around 80-20. 80-20. When I really dial things in, 90-10. I still have leeway for a little bit of bad stuff, right? Timing. Don't worry about it. It's not the number one thing that's causing you to lose or gain weight or whatever. It's a protocol. It's used to enhance, right? It's number 3 on the totem pole. Quantity, my friend. Quantity. How do you get started with this stuff? First thing I would tell you if you're not doing it right now is track your intake. Track your intake. Every single thing you eat, track your intake, because that's going to give you awareness of where you're at with your nutrition. That right there, that is some powerful data you have in regards to changing your physique, changing your body for the long haul. If you don't have that data, if you have no idea where you're at, you have no idea of where you're at on the map, so to speak, right? It's like, these are where, I can give you your macros, but any good nutrition coach knows that's not the fix, all right? I can calculate your macros. You can go to any free site and get your macros calculated. That doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean that they're the actual macros that you need to be taken in, right? There's a lot of different things that go into figuring out your macros. And typically when I ask a guy, okay, you are tracking your nutrition? Okay, well, do you know how to calculate up your macros? They have no idea. They have no idea what actually goes into that. And that's actually what we go through inside the Forged Warrior Project. I teach you how to set up your nutrition. I teach you how to fix your fuel. We start from ground level. We build your foundation. Once we build your foundation, we build off that. And once you get to a certain point, it's like a skill set. It's a skill set that you pick up and that you can use for the rest of your freaking life. Way better than, hey, here's a 4-week diet, follow this. Hey, here's the keto diet, follow this. If it works in your lifestyle, great. But diets typically don't work. Templates don't work. What does work is learning the skills of what it takes to fix your fuel. Once you do that, long-term success. Long-term success, my friend. And so, I'm going to close out here. If you have questions, reach out to me. shoot me a message. Shoot me an email, theforgedathlete@gmail.com. Shoot me a Facebook message. Shoot me a message on Instagram. I don't care. Get in contact with me. I'll help you out. All right? If you're wanting to step up and you're wanting to get in on this stuff, you're a man. You're sick and tired of where you're at. You're sick and tired of being stuck. You're sick and tired of being frustrated, trying to figure this shit out on your own. Look into the Forged Warrior Project. This is only a small piece of what we do inside the Forged Warrior Project. Fuel is only a small piece. Mindset, training, lifestyle, that's what's a part of the system. All right, so if you're looking to take things to the next level, not just your fuel, but everything, look into applying for the Forged Warrior Project. I'm going to drop a link in the comments to this video here. It'll take you to an application. Fill out that application if you're serious, if you're ready to step up, take action now. All right? If you're not, totally cool. I hope this put things into perspective for you. I hope it kind of pulled back the curtain, so to speak, on how fuel actually works and the things that you should be focusing in on. All right? I don't see any comments coming in. Sometimes my phone's a little weird and no comments come up. So I will answer your questions if you have them. Post them up in the comments. Again, if you're watching the replay, post up some questions. If you got them, I'll answer them for you. But again, reach out or apply. And if that's you, I'll see you on the inside. If not, kick ass, be the warrior.